everyone. We are going to work on multiplying three-digit numbers by other three-digit numbers using traditional multiplication. So in school we've been practicing multiplying two-digit by two-digit and three-digit by two-digit. So now we're taking this one step further. So the first thing we're going to do before we start multiplying to find the product, we're going to make an estimate. And again, in school, we've been practicing making an estimate by rounding each factor and then taking those two amounts and multiplying them together to get an answer that we can compare to our actual answer to see if we're in the right place, around where the answer really should be. So the first thing we'll do is take 510. Let's think about how to round that. Are we going to round up or down? The 1 here in the tens place tells us that we're going to round our 5 down, keep it the same. So 510 would be rounded to 500. And we're going to take that and multiply it by the next number, but we're going to round that first. So the 9 in the tens place tells us to round our 7 up. So 793 would round up to 800. Okay, so we're going to get an answer first for this. Let me also remind you that this problem we're going to do together, this problem should be done on the back of your 2.8 HomeLink. So you should be sitting with your HomeLink and you should be doing out this problem with me on the back side of it. So you have an example. Alright, let's finish up this estimate. So to get the answer, let's use the quick trick. 5 times 8 is equal to 40, and let's count how many zeros our product needs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Put a comma in. So our answer should be somewhere around 400,000. So another way to look at it too is that our answer should be in the hundred thousands place. Okay? Let's start the problem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start and take 3 and 793 in the ones place. Take the 3, multiply it by all the digits on the top, starting with the 0. So both 3 and 0 are in the ones place, that's where we're going to start. So 3 times 0 is 0. Next would be 3 times 1, which is equal to 3, and 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken 510 and I multiplied it by 3. That's 1,530. Okay, so since I'm all set with the 3 and the 1s, I'm going to cross it off. Come down to the next row, and since I'm done with the ones place and moving over to the tens place in this factor, I'm going to put a 0 here to hold that place. Now I can start multiplying with the 9. So I'm going to take my 9 and I'm going to multiply it by 0. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 1 is 9. And 9 times 5 is 45. Okay, so now, move my paper over a little. So now I'm all done with the 9, cross that off, and I'm going to come down to the third row and take a guess. How many zeros am I going to need to hold places? Since I'm moved now over to the hundreds, I'm going to need a placeholder in the ones and a placeholder in the tens. So when I multiply using the 7, I'm starting to put my numbers down here in the hundreds place. Okay? So I did 2 placeholders this time, one here and one here. Moving over to the hundreds. Start with your 7 and go back up to 0, multiply. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 5, 35. Perfect. Okay. So now everyone should know the last and final step. We're going to take these rows and add them up. Put my little plus sign there. So let's add. 0, 3, 5 plus 9 is 14. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 5 is 7. Another 7 is 14. And 1, 6, and 5 make, oops, 5 and 5. Whoa, sorry. 10. 1. There's my 4. Okay. Long problem, big answer. Put your comma in where it should go. So our answer is 404,430. Go back and compare it to your estimate. Pretty close. Okay, so earlier I said that you can tell to see if you're on the right track, to see if your answer is right by looking at your estimate. Both my answer and my estimate are in the hundred thousands, so that's pretty good. Alright, so what I'd like you to do now is to pause the video, turn your homework paper back to the front, take a look at number 2. What I'd like you to do is try number 2 on your homework on your own. Number 2 is the problem 642 times 207. Try that on your own, pause the video. Once you're finished and you have your estimate and your answer, click play again and let's see how you did. Okay, welcome back. So let's see how you did with that problem. The problem again, number 2 on your homework 2.8, was 642 times 207. Alright, let's see what you came up with first for an estimate. So if we're going to use rounding rules again, your estimate should have been something like this. 600 times 200. Okay, so 6 times 2 is 12. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Your estimate should have been about 120,000. Okay, check that first. Now let's do the problem and see how you did. Again, we're going to start with the ones times the ones. So 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 is 29. Carry the 2. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 is 44. Alright, check your first row with my first row. See how you did. Alright, so I'm going to come up and cross off my 7. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to cross off this number and this number, the ones I carried, because I'm all set with these, so I don't want to get confused when I move to the next digit, so I'm going to cross them off. Okay? Alright, since I'm moving over to the tens place digit now, I'm going to come down below my first row and put my placeholder, a 0. Now I can continue multiplying. Use your 0 and multiply it by all the digits on the top. 0 times 2 is 0, 0 times 4 is 0, and 0 times 6 is 0. Ha! That was easy. Alright, I'm done with that 0. Cross it off. Now finish up by multiplying 642 times the 2 place digit right here. The 2 is in the hundreds, remember? So come down to the third row and put 2 placeholders. One for the ones, one for the tens. Start now in the hundreds place. Start with your 2 and multiply it by all of the digits on the top. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, last step. You know what to do. Add it up. So let's see. 4, 9, 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 and 1. Where does your comma go? 1, 2, 3. Put that comma in. Okay. So your answer should have been 132,894. Compare it back to your estimate. Yep, pretty close. In the 100,000, so that looks pretty good. Alrighty. Hope you did a good job with it. We'll check tomorrow. Finish up the problems on homework 2.8. And don't forget to do the practice on the bottom. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.